Yes, good evening and welcome to the post-match press conference. We'll take questions from members of the media. Yes, please go ahead.
Hi, Greg.
Hello.
Why did a starting 11 that was playing together for the third time seem to have so much trouble making the runs you want, sort of being active, being in sync? Why did tonight look like the first time they'd played together and not the third?
I think, first of all, congratulations to Curaçao. I think we should talk about that. I think they played an excellent game. You see they have clear ideas in their build-up. Their goalie's excellent with his feet. And to me, it's a great story. A really small country like that being able to come to this tournament and play the football that they play was great. Having said that, what I'd say from our group is, we had the opportunity early to put a couple goals in, and we didn't do that. And we kept them hanging around. And then they were very compact. And for us, it was about moving them out of position. Their midfielders were man-to-man against Weston and Christian. And our job was to move them out of position to now find Jossie or find one of our wingers in the pocket. And especially in the first half, there were times when that came off and it was okay, and then just times where there wasn't enough movement to execute that.
Yes, Paul. Sorry, Jeff.
Greg, especially in the first half, it seemed like Weston and Michael were out of sync. I mean, they were able to kind of cut through you guys pretty easily. Why was that?
Well, I think it started to do with our pressing. We're trying to press the goal. He was very calm with his feet. Was able to switch field, find the free player. He was able to cut it back against the pressing guy and find the free player. And we didn't commit enough numbers forward to the press. In particular, when we're coming from one side now, releasing our weak side winger to join the press, I don't think we did that well enough in the first half. So they gave us some problems. And then when you're trying to add a midfielder to it, they're able to find their 10s in these pockets of space right behind the forward, or they're able to find the forward who laid it off to their 10s, and it was dangerous. I think in terms of chances conceded, we didn't concede that many chances, but they had some shots from distance, and they caused us a little bit of uncertainty.
Yes, go ahead.
Greg, what went into not playing Josie even off the bench? Was it a fitness decision, or just didn't think it was a good fit?
No, I think as the game wore on and we're 1-0. Well, the first thing is we decided to play Jossie in this game, in the starting 11, and then as the game wore on, we could have went for the second goal, or we could have defended the one goal, and I think we were doing that in transition. Looking for the second goal, and we didn't think that that Josie was the best option if we were going to play a transition game.
Yes, the gentleman in the back.
Hi, Coach. You mentioned Curaçao's performance, but to go with it, Jamaica in the semifinal, Haiti as well. The lay of the region with the Caribbean teams, what are your impressions with how they've improved, and what does that mean for the greater picture of the regional foes?
That's a good question. It's hard to assess from this tournament, but what I would say about Curaçao and then Haiti is, Curaçao has a very specific way to play. A lot of the players are from Dutch descent, and they have a nice calmness to them, and they play good football. Haiti, I think, is a little bit different, where they rely on athleticism. They're more a counter-attacking team, a dynamic team. So, but both have done really well in this tournament, and it's nice to see. When you talk about Jamaica, Jamaica has quality. They've always had quality, especially in their attacking positions. And when you're talking about Leon Bailey or Orgil, it's a talented group of players.
Just at the back. Yep.
Jonathan Tannenbaum from the Philadelphia Inquirer. The box score said that Giassi registered a total of 2 shots tonight. Is that enough satisfactory for you?
What I would say is that we need to continue to do a good job of creating chances. And, if we're creating chances, I don't really care who's getting on the end of them. So far this tournament, our forwards have scored, a number of goals, have provided a number of assists. And, we've been happy with the attack. I think today, when they were very compact, I would have liked to play behind them more. I would have liked to be more dynamic than we were.
Over here. Thank you.
You got next time. Was the plan to concede a bit more possession in the second half, or was that kind of just game flow? And
We weren't going to press the goalie. You know, you saw in the first half at times the goalie didn't want to play the ball forward, so we were happy not to fall into the trap of trying to press him. We thought it would cost us more energy than it was worth, and so we dropped off and mostly didn't press their goalkeeper. You know, the interesting thing about this game, and when you look at both in Copa America and Gold Cup, right? You look at these quarterfinal matches; they're all tight matches. You know, I think you guys wanted us to go out here and beat them 5-0. But we knew it was going to be a difficult game. And you look at all the quarterfinals so far in this tournament and Copa America, they're all tough games. You know, these guys, they know there's no tomorrow if they lose. In this game, when we had the lead, you know, we have to make a decision how do we want to approach the rest of this game. And we felt that when the goalie had the ball, if he didn't want to play forward, we're winning the game, so we'll let him sit on the ball.
Greg, Christian, you gave him the armband. It's only the second time, I believe, with the national team. He comes out, gets that great chance that's saved, and then he sets up the goal. What do you think of how he kind of responded to that challenge of being the captain and his overall performance? And in an unrelated follow-up, Zach Steffen again, in one of those games where not much going on, and then he's there to make the save.
No, and so for Christian, when you talk about him, you know, we talk about the diversity of our leadership in our group. And Christian is a guy is a top performer, and he's a guy that can lead through performance. I talked to him about being captain this game, and it's something that he readily accepted. And you see his work. You know, he's a guy that, you know, despite getting fatigued in the game, he didn't stop working. And then he has the quality to give a great pass to Weston in swing and cross. He was on a number of other chances, you know, shots from right at the top of the 18. You know, had that other chance in the beginning of the game that was really close to going in, and his defensive work was excellent. So, you know, really happy with his performance, and that was why he was captain for to be able to put in performances like that. When you talk about Zach, you know, again, not much to do from an inside the penalty box standpoint, but from outside the penalty box, we knew with the inverted wingers, we knew with their number 10, we knew that they have good shots from distance, and they proved that again tonight. You know, the one boy did a great job of striking one ball with power, and Zach did a good job saving that.
Logan, Greg, Nate Abrea, Concacaf.com. Wednesday night, Nashville, USA, Jamaica. 2 or 3 biggest keys for you, or maybe biggest areas of improvement that you need to see from your team to progress to the final?
Well, first of all, we're happy that we're advanced to the semifinal. You know, despite the tone in here, we're happy with the result of this game, and that should be said. I'm proud of the guys for their effort, and now we move on to Nashville. And we know it's going to be a good game. We know Jamaica's a good team, very robust team. We know they have some good attacking pieces, and our job is going to be to break them down and really take advantage of some of the spaces that we see being available. We played them in the beginning of June. We're familiar with them. We were watching all their games, so we'll come up with a plan that can hopefully work.
Thank you. 2 last questions.
After seeing how the way you guys played tonight and after how you played against Jamaica the first time, what are some things you can take away from that?
One more time.
After the way how you guys played tonight and then after how you played against Jamaica a couple weeks ago, what are some things you can take away from that game going into the next one?
I think it's about speed, you know, speed of movements. You know, having a mentality to turn their defenders, having a mentality to disorganize their defense, get behind their defense. We could have been more aggressive with that tonight for sure. And that's something when I think about the last Jamaica game, it was a very similar, you know, type of performance where we had an early flurry and we could have scored a goal. And then after that, we lacked the speed and the movements to get behind their back line.
Right at the back, the last question.
Hi, Greg. It's already semifinals, and you haven't conceded a goal yet. How important is for you, and what has been the key for not conceding a goal yet?
So I think that every game is different, and every game unfolds in a different way. But one thing I'd say is that we haven't been conceding high-quality goal-scoring opportunities, and that's been a real positive of this group. I think when we get pushed, when we get in a low block state, the guys have performed well defending in the penalty box. Defensive set pieces have been good. I think that one today was a little bit iffy, but other than that, it's been okay. And then when we have the ball in the game so far that we played, we've had the ball. It's difficult to create chances when you don't have the ball.
Thank you, Coach. We have come to the end of the press conference. Thank you very much.